Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sea Turtle Inc. Thank you for joining our live today. My name is Eliana. I'd like to welcome you all to our rehab clinic, which is part of our hospital. So this is where the intake process starts for our new sea turtles. So this is where we figure out what is wrong with them. We can also do steps for treatment and tank placement. New sea turtles and other sea turtles who are also pulled from our hospital tanks. This is where we can do some checkups for them. So they'll get some blood work. They might also get some medication as well as x-rays, depending on their situation. Currently, we have over 35 patients here. They're all Atlantic green sea turtles. So our sea turtles, some of them are going to be here in our rehab clinic. Most of them are going to be out in our larger tanks in our hospital. So here to talk about more of our other turtles in those tanks is Lily. Hey, Lily, how are you?
Okay, hi y'all. Yes, I'm doing good, Eliana. I'm doing great over here. We're in the middle of the Sea Turtle Hospital, Sea Turtle Inc. Hospital.
Great. Could you tell us a bit more about the other turtles there where you are?
Yeah, so right now, well, as Eliana said, my name is Lily. I'm an education specialist here at Sea Turtle Inc. And I wanted to talk a lot about the sea turtles here because there's so much to talk about. Now, first of all, as you can see, we actually have a lot of tanks right now, and all of these sea turtles out here are going to be found by, a lot of times, the public, our volunteers, and even staff members going out there and finding them. They're going to be found stuck in the rock jetties. They could be found floating out in the open ocean, entangled, and sometimes they're going to be found beached on our beaches. Now, most of the sea turtles that are coming in are going to have boat strike injuries or scrapes, bruises. Sometimes they'll have entanglements, of course. And a lot of times they might even have sickness. Like this tank right here, this is a Cariospora tank. Now these guys actually have a parasite. Thankfully, there is a medication that we can get so that we can get rid of that parasite for them. But again, a lot of these turtles are coming in with injuries that they would not be able to really survive on their own in the wild with. That is why Sea Turtle Inc. exists. When we take in these animals, we are going to assess them. We're going to give them a full-on checkup. We're going to assess their injuries, and we'll give them a treatment plan. And after we've figured out all of that, we are going to be starting the process of rehabilitation. After that, we are able to put them back out into the wild once they are fully healed, which is a really, really fantastic and amazing event. We have Facebook Lives. We have Facebook Lives that do that. And actually, in the next few weeks, perhaps, we'll have Facebook Lives of us releasing sea turtles. Not entirely sure, as we don't really know until about 3 days before, and that's when we'll let you know on our Facebook. But yeah, with these sea turtles, you can actually come over here, my cameraman. This is one of our biggest sea turtles in the entire hospital. Her name is Big Oli, and she was struck on the neck and her front left flipper, huge, large wounds on her, but she has been doing so much better. She's been with us for about a few months now, and this is just one of the few, or one of many sea turtles, actually, that come in, and they're doing so much better, and I'm just glad to be able to work here. But this is an amazing live because we're going to be feeding some of our sea turtles. So we're going to be feeding, at least we'll be showing tank 1 feeding with Cariospora. Now, with that, Manny and all of my volunteers and staff are allowed to feed these sea turtles. And you'll be noticing that some of them will come up for food, some of them won't. That is actually quite normal for some of these guys. Some of them are quite new, maybe even a few days new, where they were just intaked, I think, when was it? Monday and Sunday. But yeah, some of them will not go after this food. It is a mixture of squash, squash, cucumber, zucchini, and even, I believe, some bell pepper in there. So they actually will go wild for that. Bell pepper is really good for these animals. In the wild, they're mainly going to be eating a lot of seagrass, and they're also going to be eating some seafood. Now, Atlantic greens are known for being vegetarians, but when they are younger, they actually are omnivorous. So they're going to be eating a mixture of seafood and plants. In the mornings, they get seafood. They get squid, fish, and even shrimp. And then in the afternoons, they get lettuce. But yeah, you can see there, oh, look at all these little turtles. Very excited to eat. We got Albert over there. Irie, Sisu, Cooper. All of these turtles are actually named by the people who found them. So if you're just, coming down here with a vacation with your family and you spot a sea turtle in trouble, you can call us here at Sea Turtle Inc. And once we go out there, collect that turtle, bring them to the hospital, you are free, or you are actually able to name the sea turtle, which is really cool. It's very special. And we got Amy, Albert's coming over again, Irie. Oh yeah, and these little turtles, they're very young. They're less than 5 years old. And sea turtles can survive and live up to about 100 years old, 80 to 100 usually. So they're just starting their journeys. All right. Well, with that, I wanted to thank everybody for coming to this live. This is actually my first live ever doing it in the hospital, so that was quite exciting. And if you want to help Sea Turtle Inc., you can go to our website. You can adopt any of these sea turtles there. You can also donate, and you can volunteer if you're in the area. But yeah, with that, I wanted to thank all of y'all again. You guys have a turtle-lific day.